Every day is an opportunity for you to learn something that sets your home improvement or home services business apart from the competition. Let's make today one of those days. This is a podcast for home improvement and home services marketing. This is Built By.
You've got to be adaptable. You've got to find a way to accommodate an uncomfortable customer.
If you're not getting to home advisor leads in the first 5 minutes, you shouldn't even do it.
Hopefully we're eating their lunch while they're trying to get back up and running.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Matt here with Hatch and another episode of Built By. So, this week, a little bit out of the ordinary. We're going to change things up a little bit. The reason for that is because there's an unprecedented weather storm event happening in the country. I felt the effects of that trying to fly out to Grosso University's closers camp this past weekend. We flew from Virginia to Nashville. We're about 200 feet from landing, and then the pilot nopes out of that and thrusts full speed straight up. And then we circle a couple times. Finally, on the intercom, say, hey, we're going to land in Cincinnati because the plane that landed before us skidded off the runway. So we landed in Cincinnati, and then we flew back to Richmond, got back at 2 a.m. So tried it again the next day, no go. Nashville was closed down. So there's a lot of weather happening locally. Unfortunately, we couldn't attend that event. It also affected us here. So in Richmond, my guest this week, Tess Whitler, she lives about 30 minutes from our office right up the road. She has lost power for the last 30 hours, so she had to postpone the podcast today. Totally understandable if you lose power for 30 hours. I don't expect you to hop on a podcast with me. So she's doing well. They're just kind of getting ready. Power should be on by midnight, so we've postponed that. Really excited when she does come on, content marketing. That was going to be the big focus for today's episode. So we're kind of changing things up a little bit. So there's a long-winded story that I told you about us not being able to attend Grosso University's closers camp. Unfortunately, they're a great partner of ours. Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, was talking. I think he spoke yesterday. It's pretty cool. It's an awesome event, and it's just a shame we couldn't attend. But on the marketing side, me and the other marketing, our partner marketing manager, Josh Carter, we're going to head out there. We found ourselves in this kind of interesting dynamic. So we were there to get leads, get demos for the platform. Now we can't. And I started to think about this on one of the many flights back, I guess, from Cincinnati, for your home improvement business. And this is a challenge that I'm sure you've faced before. And that is, how can you get your business in front of a very select targeted audience group of people? That was the challenge that we faced. We've been working, with a couple companies on the marketing side that solved this issue pretty well. We started thinking around advertising, as I'm sure you've thought about advertising in this way, targeting specific neighborhoods. So we took the challenge and we put together an advertising campaign. In this episode today, it's an extra bonus episode. It's a little bit short. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to target specific neighborhood locations, geo-target them on Facebook. This is something actually I was taught by a consultant, Jason Wilmot, who has a company called Hactics. Amazing guy, amazing company. I've learned so much from him and what they've done. And he has this cool little hack for targeting. So what we did when we landed is that we set up exclusion zones. And I'm going to walk through all of this on Facebook, actually setting up a campaign for you. So basically, you drop pins. And I'm sure there's some marketing agencies out there that want to wring my neck right now. But this is something every company should know. You shouldn't have to pay for this type of thing. I mean, just use this as a guideline. Obviously, other companies can be more in depth. They can, target things a little bit better because they have a full staff dedicated to it. But if you just want the quick and dirty of, let's say you run an appointment, you replace someone's roof in a specific neighborhood. This is a great way for you to get in front of the rest of the neighborhood with pictures from the job site, before and afters, customer interviews. When they see somebody that lives in the neighborhood that had this, repair or kitchen remodel or bathroom remodel, and they see the work of the quality of the work, they can walk down the street, knock on the person's door, and ask, "Hey, I saw your bathroom line. How was the process?" And they become kind of an evangelist for your company. So I thought this was a cool little hack that you could use. So I'm going to jump right into that. I'm going to switch over to Facebook in a second and just walk you through building a campaign. So again, this is like kind of a spur of the moment bonus episode. It's still going to be on Spotify and iTunes. If you're listening to this, you're probably not going to get the same effect as if you're watching this. So make sure you go to our blog, usehatchapp.com/blog, and find this video. There'll be a post for it. That way you can actually get in and see how these things work, what it looks like when you drop pins, what to expect, that sort of thing. All right. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in Facebook's like back-end advertising portal platform. It can be kind of intimidating at first, and it takes a little while for you to really get the hang of things. But once you do, it's actually really addicting. I find myself in here, 2 to 3 times a day, checking out, how the ads are performing, testing little things. You can try different campaigns. There's just so much cool stuff you can do in here. But let's start with this local ad campaign. I'm going to show you the quick and dirty of setting this up so you can mess around with it and see if you see any success with it this year. So first off, you want to choose a campaign objective. Now, what we want to do is choose reach, because you want to get your ad in front of as many people as possible. Again, this comes down to the type of ad it's going to be. So reach as many people as possible. If you want to do lead generation, that's another campaign you can run where it pops up a form on Facebook. I know for a fact that some home improvement companies use lead generation forms via Facebook. It's a less barrier to entry than conversions, which they go to your webpage and then fill out a form. So let's start with reach. Let's make it super easy. Show your ads to the maximum number of people. Cool. Let's rock with this. Sweet. Okay. So what you want to do while you're in here is create a name, whatever you want to call it. Just make sure you can figure what it is. All this other stuff. This is where I kind of recommend talking to a marketing agency or ad agency just to learn a little bit more about this stuff if you want to. I can go in depth here, but I don't want to really waste your time on things about setting up A/B tests. When it comes to budget. Honestly, some of the best campaigns that are reach are just $5 a day when it comes to localized targeting. So start at $5 a day. You'll check and see what the frequency is. Frequency is how many times people are seeing ads. You don't want to drown them to where they see it 10 times a day. That can be a major turnoff for a lot of customers. So keep it within that 1 to 3 times per day range. Where they just get exposed to your ad here and there every time they're on Facebook. Where the real bulk of this is and what I want to show you is in this ad set. So you'll be whatever the page is that you want to promote. When it comes to the actual ad itself, I'm going to leave this up to you. Again, I mentioned this could be a good opportunity for you to promote, a project that you completed in that neighborhood. You can get in front of other neighbors of that client that you had. It's a good source for referrals, things along those lines to generate more business that way. But this is where the magic happens, the so-called magic happens. What you'll want to do is here in the locations, edit this. You want to go to people living in or recently, or people, let me rephrase that. You want to go to people living in this location. It's people whose home is within the selected area. So people that are just driving through, Domino's delivery guys, things along those lines, they won't get this ad. So you'll find whatever the address is, and I'll just use our, I'm going to use our office address here, 1810 McTavish. So we're smack dab in Richmond. Zoom in a little bit. Let me scroll down a little bit so you can see. So let's say that you complete a project. Let's just pretend Scott's Addition is our neighborhood here. You complete a project here at our location, this little pin here. You want to drop this down to 1 mile radius. 10 miles a little large. So it's much more defined. You're addressing all those areas in Scott's Addition. Problem is that you're going to be showing ads to people, on the other side of Arthur Ashe Boulevard. Go Arthur Ashe, one of the best tennis players of all time, from Richmond. But we also have, Interstate 95 traffic, people in this area. So if you're looking at like kind of a rural, I can't say that word, rural neighborhood, then you're going to want to exclude these audiences outside of Scott's Addition. So how do you do that? Now, this is the fun / tricky / this takes a lot of time to get these right. But what you'll want to do is you'll want to go to exclude audience, and you'll be able to drop a pin on the map. So these are circles too. It's kind of like a Venn diagram that excludes these audiences. So I'm going to try it right here. I think this is a good area outside. Again, drop it down to 1 mile. Let's see. So I caught the edge here of Scott's Addition. What I would do is just back that pin up just a tad bit, maybe on the other side of this road, so you don't cancel out this little section. But you can kind of see what the idea here is, right? So you're excluding that. You'll go to drop another pin here. We'll drop it here. Let's see what this is. Drop it down to 1 mile. Again, it's a little sloppy. I kind of cut off some here, down here. If you want to delete it, you just click it and then click delete in the drop down. And then try again. So I'm going to drop it here this time. Back up just a tad bit. Drop it 1 mile. All right. Anyways, I think you get the idea. So basically what you want to do is you want to be left with this circle part unencumbered. And these exclusion zones, that means that the ad won't get served to people here. So you'll be specifically targeting neighborhoods with these ads. It's pretty cool. And then the real beauty of Facebook, and where you can get, you can lose days of your time, setting up all this other stuff, but that's the detailed targeting. So if you are looking for people that, married couples, things along those lines that are guaranteed to be homeowners, you can go in here, you can type in, choose demographics, I think newlyweds. You can target people that recently moved in case, if you have an ad that you want to serve them, hey, so you just recently moved in the neighborhood. Here's some projects we've completed around your area. Start the nurture, start the relationship there. The earlier you can get in front of them with your business, once they do have a problem, then you'll be top of mind when they're like, hey, these guys were there. I remember their name. So, you can get really in the weeds here, and I don't want to dive too much into this, but basically, that's the quick and dirty little hack I wanted to show you in today's episode. And hopefully this is something you can apply to your business. Again, you can go to a marketing agency for this, or ad agency. There's a ton of great ones we work with that can get that can explain this much better than I can and help you with the content a little bit more in depth. We're not a marketing agency. I'm just a marketer. I thought this was a cool little hack that you could apply to your business. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys enjoyed this totally planned bonus episode that I didn't scramble to put together. But again, I think this was pretty fun. I might think about doing a couple more of these. But I will see you next Thursday, and we'll continue on, get this show back on the rails. I think it's going to be a really great episode. See you then.